Confidence writes, I had to send you this. I love your mentality, bro. Please, what is your consultation for 30 minutes? Saint, you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. On the Emperor level, you get 40 minutes. On the consultation, you book through www.thesasn.com. You can book an hour or an hour and a half. The 30-minute is tough because on the 40-minute, we often don't have enough time. On the hour and a half, we end up going overtime, especially when we're talking about business, because there's just so much information to convey. So on the 30, if we created a 30-minute option, that would probably just be like a social one, like literally just conversational, because there's not really enough time to go through goals, to go through a little bit of your background, to go through business, and really give you some practical stuff. So thank you very much for that, Saint. Jelani Jackson writes, peace to the saints. I'm trying to create another source of income this year. Hallelujah. Preferably from product development. True indeed. Any advice or ideas on where to start? Well, if you've never developed a product before, I advise you to start with joining someone's team who's developing a product. Right now, I'm working with Shayla, who's one of the saints. She recently did a consultation, and similar to yourself, she's not developed a product before, and so there's a product that I had under development, so I'm kind of making her the CEO of that product. When it comes to fruition, it will be largely because of her efforts, and the benefit to her is that she will have learned the whole process of creating products and services, and that is what turns you into a business person, into a boss. Allows you to create a stream of income. So that might be a wise move for you. But certainly getting practice before you just try to hop in the game is a wise thing. For example, if you're selling chewing gum and you're selling it for $2 a pop, which is probably expensive, you're gonna have to sell a lot of chewing gum. Conversely, if you create a product and it's expensive, like maybe you produce leather backpacks, it costs you $50 fully loaded expenses to produce a high quality, genuine leather backpack, and you sell it $250 as a luxury item. Well, you don't have to sell a lot of backpacks to make $60,000 a year. So it really depends on what you're doing and how well you do it. For there are levels to everything. There are people who sell cars, they just sell a couple, and there are people who are Toyota and they sell them around the world. There are car brands you don't even know about. You don't even know they exist, but they do. They just don't sell very well, so they're only in their country of origin. Jordan writes, paying tuition. Your efforts have helped many people like myself grow and maintain a life of abundance. I appreciate you sharing that with me. It means so much, and I really need to find a strategic way to share all of these testimonials, because the work that I'm doing and that we are doing within Assassin is so transformative, giving people an easier route to prosperity and to happiness. That is priceless, and it's just so rare. And so we need to definitely invite more people into this thing of ours. And I appreciate you sharing that with me. And Bridget, just take a look at those clouds over there. Can they see that? Can you see it from here? You don't have to go over there. Are the clouds coming up?
Now I can from right here.
Okay, yeah. It's gorgeous. And Saints, every day I'm thankful for the lifestyle I've been able to create and share with those I love. And it's come a long way, you dig? I grew up in Section 8 government subsidized housing, a housing project, and poverty, living in the same one bed or studio apartment in the same bed as my mother as a child. And we've come so far, and it didn't happen by chance. It happened by focused thought, hard work, self-belief. And so when I get to enjoy opulence and luxury, I know that it's because I deserve it. And when I get to look up at the ceiling and think, wow, that was completely unnecessary for you guys to take out the time to decorate the ceiling, but you did it anyways, and I appreciate that. So I want you guys to know that, hey, if you make it, it's because you deserved it. And when you're at home thinking, oh, I don't feel the drive, I don't feel the get up and go, like, I'm not feeling motivated. You can be unmotivated and sit on the first floor of a broken down motel, or you can be motivated and come to a place like this where half the things in here I don't even know how to work because the technology is crazy. It is. So life is filled with choices. Now let me continue reading this.
Sean was a prestigious marketing person, by the way. So it'll help if you tell us your YouTube name when you let us know your PayPal Cash App name. Yes.
I'm now taking risks I would have never thought possible thanks to you, and peace to the saints. See, this is a beautiful thing from Mr. Hollifield, because if you don't take risks, there's no big payoff. Big risk, big payoff. But it must be calculated risk. And you must keep on taking the risk, because hey, guess what? Guess what? Life will continue challenging you. I promise you. You will certainly win and then lose and then have to fight to win again. Evan Washington writes, 17 years old, senior in high school, starting a clothing brand. Any advice? Also advice on staying focused. I often tune into your live streams on being on the internet at times rather than working on my clothing brand. Tip on staying focused. Well, number one, what you realize, especially as a male, so much of the things you really want in life, whether it's a better car, a better woman, are all tied to your success. So if you ever go out and get rejected by a woman, think about, is she gonna reject the guy who pulls up in the Rolls Royce? Or is she gonna let him win? You did. They might lie out of their mouth and say status doesn't matter, wealth doesn't matter, but we know it does matter. So next time you get rejected by a broad, next time you go somewhere, you have to look at a price tag and there's something you really want, but you really can't afford it. Next time you see somebody else that is someone you know to be your inferior, drive by in a car that you can't have, or get favorable treatment because there's somebody and you're nobody. You think about how important success is to give you distinction in this world, and then you get to work on your goals. Further, advice for a clothing brand. Yes, the advice is to, with all businesses, be successful with those around you. Clothing is one of the most difficult verticals. I never recommend people go into the clothing vertical unless they have a ready-made audience. Like, so for example, if you want this tank top, you can go in the description and you can get this tank top as a man, you can get it in black, or this blue. As a woman, you can get it in this navy blue, you can get it in black, and you can also get it in neon pink. But clothing, you should make sure you have a ready-made audience. And number two, you should also leverage the people around you selling to them. Number three, you also have to make sure that you're doing something wildly different. Because clothing is such a crowded vertical, has nearly no barrier to entry, you must really be doing something remarkable to be successful.
And that's why we have to take every effort to condition the mind to love ourselves. And that's why I tell you, be good to yourself. And that's why you see me as an example: self-love, self-respect, self-regard. A person who's mentally ill or hates themselves, they'll look at you and call it narcissism. They'll call it arrogance. But what they're really saying is, I don't love myself as much as you love yourself. I haven't figured out how to love myself, so I'm going to degrade you for loving yourself because I don't have that which you have, and I wish I had it. I wish I felt about myself the way you feel about yourself. That's what it is. They got all kinds of names for it. But you know what they never named? They never named themselves. They don't want to call themselves what they are, which is someone who doesn't believe in themselves, a loser. They don't want to admit that. And not until you admit what's real can you get to a better place. Shout out to all the saints, you dig, who have supported the work, who are trying to better themselves, who share in prosperity. I appreciate you. And we didn't kick some good game tonight. We didn't kick some good game. I think I'm caught up. And anytime I hear a saint talk about business, I take it seriously because I've been homeless behind business. I've been in situations where I took all my money and pushed it into my business. I know it's a serious thing trying to establish a financial base, especially as a man, because they call you a provider. I'm trying to help you get there. You dig? So I take you seriously. I want you to take yourself seriously. If you need a consultation, you need someone to speak to about business relationships or whatever it is, and you think I have the skills, do yourself the favor. Marquettism.com. You dig? Because I love talking to people who are ambitious and serious. Gigi writes, this is exactly why I laugh when people throw that narcissist card at you. You have taught me to appreciate myself. Thank you. It's ironic, right? It's like they say such strange things, and you could tell that there's like a level of mental illness because things don't add up. People say Marquette, or I'm sure they say this about all YouTubers, but they say such silly things like narcissist, which means that I should be interested in myself. But why is it I tell you to be good to yourself before you're even good to me? That don't add up. People will say, this guy's all about the money. Why is it I send tens of thousands of dollars to people who follow me every month? And why is it I let you sell your products on my website when I could easily sell the product myself and make all the money? But I let you make the money. That doesn't add up. Those who are wise will always be able to see what I'm doing. Because if you can't watch 4 of my videos and not see what I'm about. You can't watch 4 of my videos and not see that there's something deeper here. And more importantly, you can't be among the saints and not see that we have something strong and powerful, and it only gets stronger. Saints, it has been truly a pleasure to be here fellowshipping with you. I tell you, I could have done a lot of things tonight, and I'm so happy that I did this and had this time to spend with you. It's been an honor. Let us end this the way we always end this, with our tradition, the creed of the assassin. Repeat after me with full conviction, knowing this is true of you, the creed of the assassin. I am going to be who I truly am because I am remarkable. And I'm going to strive every moment to show the greatest part of who I am. Until next time, peace to the saints. That was fun.